Welcome to the Women of Doozy podcast.
Lauren, you're probably thinking, what the hell does that even mean?
Well, the word doozy means something that is extraordinary and outstanding of its kind.
Which the men aren't, but I think we are, so...
I would say we definitely are, but we want to be.
I know, they definitely want to be. So this is the podcast. We're going to give you the tools you need to become the most successful in your life.
The best part is we are going to learn how to be successful ourselves while we're also teaching you how to be successful.
Yeah, makes sense.
I'm Lauren, love me long time Dowling.
And I am Becca, Bootylicious Carmel.
So what are we talking about today, Becca?
Today, Lauren, we are going to learn how to date the Men of Doozy.
Oh my God. Well, you are in for a ride here. All right, so Becca, tell me, how did you meet Kirk? How did you meet this lucky man?
So we're both very lucky because we met both of our significant others on Hinge.
Yes, we
the
did.
The dating app designed to be deleted, which we did earlier today.
Earlier today. We actually re-downloaded it and then deleted it
We
again,
just deleted it. We realized we had to for this episode because it's getting pretty serious. Kirk, and actually ahead of this episode, I did in fact re-download Hinge to go back to the conversation that we had, and Kirk and I met over a conversation about celebrity cannibalism. Fun fact.
Wow, that is very special.
That doesn't win your heart. I don't know what will. So thank you, Army Hammer.
Army Hammer. Well, me and Alex also met on Hinge, but the funny thing is, all the pictures he had on Hinge, he actually had hair. So I thought I was meeting a man with like this nice head of hair, right? Seemed to be outgoing and funny. A lot of head of hair. But the day before our date, he let me know that, in fact, he shaved his head during quarantine. I'm not sure if it was like a mental breakdown kind of thing, or if he was just going through something, or he was just bored in quarantine. Yeah. I'm not really sure. But yes, he was like, actually, just want to let you know that I shaved my head. So I really didn't know if I was being catfished, or is this just like a 90-year-old man that's bald because of aging?
That's the nicest catfish I've ever heard,
I will say so myself.
Yeah,
so.
like at least he gave you a little bit of warning. Didn't warn you about the personality, though, did he?
No. Actually, one of his pictures on Hinge was him dressed in a bear suit. That is actually why I agreed.
That's the photo you liked?
So he liked me first, and I saw this guy in a bear suit, and I thought, what a nice head of hair he has. Also, he wasn't just in the bear suit, so I was like, that's actually really funny because I really like bears. It's one of my favorite animals.
Oh.
Besides alpacas. So I was like, all right, let me give this guy a chance. We were talking a little bit, and then all of a sudden he told me he was bald, and I thought,
and not a bear.
This is definitely not a bear. I will say that. I will definitely say that.
So he is 0 for 2 on requirements that you fell in love with in the first place.
But he makes up for it in the long run.
I'm sure. Have no doubt. So with that, I think we should jump on into it and introduce
tip number 6.
And bring in our men.
So the Women of Doozy would like to invite the Men of Doozy on.
All right, so give a big round of applause for our amazing men, everybody. Yes.
Woo!
All right, so you guys ready?
Wow. I just want to say I'm so happy to be here. I'm so thankful and appreciative that you invited us on the Women of Doozy podcast. This is really, really great what you guys are doing here.
It's truly an honor for you guys, we know.
We're already fighting over the mic. No, it's my mic. No, it's mine.
I just want to say, Lauren, this is maybe the best you've ever looked right here. This snapback sunglass combo is just really hot right now. So.
Well, it's also a good look because I'm a little hungover and a little drunk. So.
Hey, it sounds like somebody I know.
Yeah, so we got to work on your signature look for the next time.
Yeah, and then you guys look boring as ever, always. You guys look like you guys look like
couple here, all right? We're
yeah, we're
yeah. This wasn't in the contract.
You guys look like some just like European twins who are like about to open like an art museum or something
we
like
are
that.
We look like quadruplets.
Yeah.
We're all wearing black.
You actually look
dark
like
colors.
siblings, actually.
Excuse me?
We are both Polish, fun fact.
We are.
And I did
Long
look
lost
at my
cousins.
Look at her ancestry.
I did look at my family tree and I was like, Kozanowski? No? Good. Awesome.
I don't know. They look like they're siblings, actually. Maybe like long lost cousins.
Yeah.
So we were just informed that you guys were doing this podcast, and you have you brought us on for a specific reason. What exactly are? We're here to help you, or we're gonna learn something.
Me and Becca Bootylicious over here decided
Don't
to
I
come
know?
up with the top 6 tips on how to date you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to talk into it.
Well, then don't hog the mic and we'd be good.
You got to talk into it.
Thank you for mansplaining a microphone.
Okay, now it's like a battle of the sexes here. Okay, great.
Battle of the sexes.
Can't wait for you guys to women-splain your. Is that a term? No,
No.
it's just a mansplain.
Because women always are
An
the
Urban
best.
Dictionary.
Probably.
All right, so how about you lean in when you need to talk? So the number 6 tip is don't judge them on your first impression. So like I said, I met Alex on Hinge, and he had a full head of hair. Then I found out last minute, right before the date, that he was actually bald. He shaved his head. So, I was all nervous going to the date here, right? I actually drank an entire bottle of champagne on the train to the first date. So the time I showed up, I was feeling great. So I was running a little late because I was very hesitant.
Move it away from the mic. Talk into literally talk into it.
Okay, well, so I'm on my way to the date. I already told him I was going to be running a few minutes late because I wasn't sure if I was actually going to show up or not because I thought I was going to get catfished and so on and so forth. So I figured last minute, why not? So I'm running a few minutes late. Alex is there waiting for me. He's leaning up against a pole outside the restaurant waiting for me. I am a little tipsy.
Suave gentleman.
And my first impression was, wow, he actually looks pretty good bald. But I'm a very I judge people based on their shoes. By the way, Kirk is currently wearing Alex's shoes. He stole them. But Alex was wearing these Nike slip-on sneakers. Like, they didn't have laces. They were like slip-ons. So my first impression was, does this guy not know how to tie his shoes?
No.
And like,
The answer is no.
Why are you wearing like running shoes on a first date? I was just like, all right, so he lied about his appearance and now he doesn't know how to tie his shoes. So
Yeah. Strike one, Alex.
exactly, strike one. So that was my first impression. What about you, Becca?
That.
I just want to.
He's got to come in and defend himself a bit.
I just want to say that I was actually catfished as well because in all of Lauren's photos, she was bald. and she shows up and has this hair, and so I went through the same thing you did.
Yeah, it must have been really hard for you.
It was.
Yeah. I love that story. No, I mean, but it seems like he never really fixed his shoes. You just learned to love it, yeah?
He actually got a new pair for Christmas.
From you?
No, his mom. I would like to buy him shoes actually with laces, but he doesn't really have any. So I'm still convinced after over a year of dating that he still doesn't know how to tie his shoes.
Alex, can
His
you
shoes
please
right now are currently
show the
Nikes.
audience your shoe tying skills? Can we
Let's
confirm?
See. Take them off. Show them the camera.
These shoes don't have laces. Also, you don't have to talk to them as much. Just focus on us and talking into the mic.
How about you focus in on how to tie your shoes?
No, talk to them. Talk to them.
Someone who doesn't know how to tie shoes
So we're gonna
is
bring this up in
pretty
therapy
judgy
later.
right now.
All right. So great first
Becca, can you make fun of Kirk for a little bit, please?
Oh, don't you worry. I'm waiting for my story. So my story is a bit different. So yes, first impressions. Kirk and I met. We met at this bar in the East Village that he suggested.
Which I will say was the same
Was it the same bar that I
bar that
suggested
you
to
met.
Yeah. Jackdaw.
Jackdaw.
Yeah.
It's the same.
Oh my God,
Did you know that?
we have the
Yeah.
same first date.
That's
spot?
right. That's right.
Wow, I didn't know that.
No, I remember Kirk was.
told you.
I remember Kirk was like, "Yo, I going on a first date. You got any suggestions?" I was like, "Yo, Jackdaw kills it every time.
Oh,
great
yeah.
cocktail lounge." And he's like, "Okay." So
How
you
many
love
times have you used this bar on women?
That's
It's her time.
Yeah.
I'm talking to the both of you.
I'm gonna tie my shoes.
One try. First try.
so Jackdaw, yes, and we got like a whole like outside table to ourselves. But that's not the story I'm going to share because frankly it was quite boring. I walked in, I thought he was cute, and we had a great time. But in terms of the first time that I was like, whoa, what? There's something going on with you. It was actually, Lauren, the first time that I met you.
Oh, yes, I remember that.
Yes. So the first
do.
time that I met this lovely couple sitting across from me, Kirk and I came, it was the summertime. Kirk and I came over to their apartment. We had a lovely steak dinner on the grill.
Oh my fucking God.
This is when I saw Kirk's true colors for the first time. So we had a lovely steak dinner. Drinks were flowing. We'd been grilling, swimming in the pool. And all of a sudden, we see Lauren, like, choking on her food.
I was about to die.
Yeah, and Lauren was dying. Meanwhile, this is the first time I'm meeting these people, and I'm just like, okay, no one knows how to eat around here, but...
Yeah, I was actually very embarrassed. Very embarrassed.
No, it was fun. It happens to the best of us because what was so great is that your boyfriend jumped into action, started giving you the Heimlich.
Man of action.
Even though he was doing it totally wrong.
He was doing it
but-
totally
I was
wrong.
still a man of action. I didn't know. I've never done the Heimlich before.
He was basically hugging her to death.
either.
Yeah, he was giving her a final hug before she just crossed the Rainbow Bridge.
He was honestly like dry humping me while I was dying slowly, but it was the effort that counts.
One last
He
in.
had to get one last in.
I wasn't doing the Heimlich. That's also like a word, like, so when she goes like this, it means, all right, let's just do it in public, whatever.
Yeah.
So I was just like,
I was doing this because I couldn't breathe, but Alex
Yes.
took it. I was like, oh, one last try. Let's go.
Exactly. So, Alex sprung into action, making love to his girlfriend one last time.
yeah, well, I didn't want, I didn't want her to die, but I didn't know, but only because I was like, you know, someone's got to pay.
Probably because you didn't want the last time
Someone's
to
gotta-
be the last time, right? You needed to make it a better
right,
memory.
right.
So I'm about to like jump in, and thankfully, everyone, she's fine. There happened to be a nurse also
I'm still here.
At the pool at the time who noticed Lauren and came in. But I see Kirk like standing up, just jaw to the floor, deer in the headlights, like, oh, like just
Panic
stunned.
mode.
In terms of fight or flight, this man flew.
Actually, I will say, as Alex was dry humping me from behind, and I could see my life flash before my eyes, Kirk was standing in front of me, and the look on his face, I was just like, this is how I go.
This is
This
looking at
is
Kirk.
how I go.
Stunned.
What a great way to go, though. Look at his face.
Except you had horror in your eyes, and your chin was on the floor. And I was like, Oh God, this is great.
Yeah, and
I'm
thankfully,
getting raped from behind. I'm getting a scary face from the front. Who knows?
So wait, you thought our first date was boring?
Yeah, let's pivot.
our first date was lovely. I ended up buying us Milk Bar crack pie at the end of it, and we ate it with our hands. So I think we just sealed the deal right there. But in terms of a good podcast story, yeah, it was pretty boring.
Oh.
That's true.
Yeah.
So
No, don't tell our first story. It's fine.
I'm not
what?
finished
No,
yet.
I wasn't gonna tell her for sure.
She's not finished.
I'm
was
not finished yet.
No, I was just
Mr.
gonna say,
Interrupter.
like, so
Oh, he's interrupting you?
Yeah.
Already?
Interrupted. Okay, go.
So thankfully, our dear Lauren survived this traumatic incident. And I literally turned to Kirk and I was just like, you are not good at an emergency, are you? And he was great. I mean, he tried his hardest. I'm sure it wasn't on purpose. He didn't mean to not help. He's wonderful.
I was depressed for a week after that because I felt like I was the worst person alive. Talked about it in therapy. Brought it up. It was quite a pivoting point for me to be like, okay.
In therapy, did you mention how heroic I was?
He was like, I just want to be more like Staub.
Yeah.
Yeah, how do I be more like Staub and just fuck my girlfriend when she's dying?
Well, if doing it after she died felt weird.
That is terrible. Terrible.
Oh, so
God.
good. So yes, first impressions.
Necrophilia. Get that in there.
All right, moving
So,
on to tip
ladies,
number 5.
don't judge them on your first impression. They get better.
Exactly.
All right, so moving
Hopefully.
on to tip number 5. Some of their drunk habits you really gotta get used to and learn and understand and be prepared for. I can say with Kirk, he lets loose. And when I say loose, I mean he is all over the place. And
In what way? In what way?
he loves to dance. And I love that about him, that he loves to dance, because I get a little nervous or whatever. So he definitely, makes things lively and whatnot. But he likes to call himself, or one of his, your movement coach said that he's a human noodle. And boy, is that true.
I will say, I'll never apologize that I've got rhythm, I've got music. Who could ask for anything more? But I will say, I think I've said it even on the podcast that I describe myself as the top half of my body is a regular 30-year-old man, but the bottom half is a middle-aged Latina woman salsa dancing.
What the fuck is a movement coach?
Movement! It's a freaking acting conservatory.
I'm sorry. Can we just please get through the image of Kirk's bottom half being a Latina woman?
Well,
Let's process that image for a moment.
Yeah, I've processed it. Yeah, it's great. It's good.
So, and with his movement, which I love so dearly, he gets a little schwitzy. He really gets sweaty. He just stands up and takes 5 steps in general, and he exerts so much sweat he could fill up a small child's pool.
I noticed that you guys walked here in a blizzard today, right?
Yes. And he was still sweating.
Yes. I noticed that. Kirk was still sweating even in the blizzard.
That was because he was eating the chips. And, he was eating the chips and the chicken dip, and yeah, that's why he was sweating.
A little spicy.
He looked up at me. He goes, "You want some?" I was like, "No, I'm good. No, I'm okay. I'm all right. Your face is melting right now. What is going on?"
So yeah, bring a towel, ladies. If you're ever with Kirk and he's dancing and he's drunk, come with a towel because you're gonna need it.
So drunk habits.
Yes.
I don't know how to put this like without people being concerned. Me and Alex like to drink. We have a great time. But we are both very outgoing people. So we go to a bar, we get a little drunk, we have a great time, and then all of a sudden we
Right there. Forget them. Forget those people. Right there. No, now you're. Wait.
I'm gonna forget you in a second.
Halfway. Perfect.
So when me and Alex go out, we both enjoy drinking a little bit. It's probably a bad thing to say on the podcast, but we like to make new friends, right? We drink, we get social, we kind of start to go out, we talk to everybody in the bar. Sometimes the next morning, I wake up to random phone numbers, random text messages in my phone. Apparently, we make friends with other couples in the bar, and we decide to like, hey, we should go get brunch in the morning. And I'm like, who are these people? What is going on? Another time, we were out at a bar. It was people's holiday work party, right? They had a hotel room down the street. We got invited back to the hotel room. We did not go because we knew that was a little weird. Actually, our first time going out to dinner here in Jersey City when we first... He doesn't even remember. Oh my God, we were at Iron Monkey? Iron Monkey.
Brass Monkey?
Brass Monkey's in the city. Iron Monkey is in Jersey City.
And the Jersey version of the Brass Monkey.
This like a bunch of coworkers were out doing like a holiday party. We just started like hanging out with them, taking shots. We're outside. And they're like, hey, like, you know, like for our holiday party, we like got a bunch of rooms down the street at this hotel. We're going to have an after party. You guys want to come and hang out? And me and Alex just look at each other like, this sounds a little weird. Like, this doesn't sound safe. And it's just like, thanks, but no thanks.
Don't go to strangers' hotel rooms. That's stranger danger lesson number 1.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Hotel. I'm like,
Learn that
I
early
think
on.
we should probably just go home at this point. I also left my debit card at the bar that night.
Yeah, it's a thing where like that I had to put a stop to because we would go out to dinner every weekend, and after dinner we would always be like, hey, let's get one more drink somewhere at a bar down the street. One more drink. And that one more drink turned into
10 more
like
drinks?
a nightmare. We're getting invited to orgies where you know we're spending $1,000 at the bar. It's just like, so we went to dinner last weekend, and she goes, let's go out for one more drink. And I said, no, we're going home. No. And she goes, well, one more. I'm like, no. She goes, pinky promise. I'm like, we've pinky promised before. And it still goes downhill.
Have you seen those videos? I think it was like this TikTok or something that went viral of this a group of girls that were drunk, and one of their friends kept wanting to drink, and so they snuck her shots of water.
Yes.
So they gave her shots of water, and she thought it was vodka, and she was so drunk she couldn't tell the difference. And she's like, "Yeah, we're keep drinking it," just like hydrating her to sleep. So maybe that's what you got to do with her next time. You can't say no to a drunk person.
No, it's both of us. It's not. It's not one or the other. We are both like, we're
We're just both bad influences on each other. Because most of the time we go to dinner and we're like, we should really just go home, sit on the couch, like watch another like episode of whatever we're currently watching. And then we're like, all right, promise, one more drink. We're like, yeah, okay, promise. We're going to go to a bar. We're going to finish out the night with an espresso martini. We'll be fine. We'll be good. And then all of a sudden the bar's like, all right, everybody, last call. We're like, what the hell? How did we get here? No.
That's so sweet.
Is it?
Couples that drink together stay together.
Absolutely. You know, and I want to say, all of you people listening and watching, to give context what she's talking about, it was in the first few episodes I described about how we were at a club or at a rave, and a woman described me as a nutter butter. And let me tell you, it wasn't just any nutter butter, sweet and delicious on the dance floor. Somehow, It was a Nutter Butter dipped in water. And he was sweaty, but it was still delicious somehow. That's me.
Can we just note
Smooth
that?
and creamy.
Can we just note
That's
that
what
Lauren
she
and
said.
I, we were talking for like 15 minutes, and then Kirk talks about his dancing again. He goes back. You didn't hear anything we said, did you?
No, I just felt like I was left out, and that I didn't give any context.
You guys want to go out for one more drink after this?
Definitely. let's actually
Just one more, nothing crazy.
Yeah, we'll send Jose the footage of what would happen for you and me.
Also, Jose.
And Becca's in the corner taking care of us all.
Jose, every time I adjust the mic for Lauren and like make sure and like move it so it's in front of her face, can you just zoom in on it so it's track it so it goes into her face? Yeah, that'd be good.
All right, shall we move on to the next tip?
Sure. Let's go. Oh, it's me. All right. So we were talking about the drinking habits. Let's talk about the sleeping habits.
Be scared.
Yes,
Be very afraid.
So, there have been times early on in our relationship where me and Alex have shared a bed, but we currently move a bed. What did I say?
Bear.
Did I say that?
We've shared a beard.
We shared a beer.
We've shared a beard.
We share a bed.
And her being bald on Hinge makes sense now.
I said
We
bed.
shared a beard.
We may have had a few
Okay, well,
drinks before
sometimes-
this.
I said beard. I really said beard.
It was like bar. It was like bear and beard and bed all in one.
Well, we're sharing a beer.
Bear.
We're sharing
Just a bare bed.
beer.
A bared bed with a beard. Yeah. Okay.
And a beer.
Yes.
So we're doing a
I think you've
Beer,
shared a lot of
bear.
things.
Bear. Jesus Christ. Bear. Beard. All one.
Oh, thank you.
It was a compliment. I just said it was.
All right, so I don't even know what we were talking about. Sleeping habits.
Many times we've shared a beard. A beard. Okay, go. Okay, here we go. Okay, go.
Jose, every single time.
By the end of this, this will be a podcast that's like a rule book for any of your future women after this, because
Yes. Oh,
this doesn't seem
God.
like it's gonna last long.
Ladies,
They come trained.
we're gonna have one more. Yeah, we come trained. Okay.
No.
Although Kirk is still in Heimlich training, so we're working on that. Don't eat anything around him. Just liquid lunches. That's all.
Yeah, we're still taking our lifeguard classes together, so all good.
Gonna be
One more drink. One more drink.
one more drink. All right, so
Sleeping
back
habits.
to tip number 4: sleeping habits.
Oh no.
I'm exhausted. I haven't slept in like months.
I haven't slept the entire relationship.
Literally.
No wonder you drank. No wonder you need one more drink.
Seriously, I needed to like knock me out before I sleep. I don't know about Kirk, but Alex's snoring is out of control.
Oh, don't I know it? This
Out
man.
of
Yeah.
control. He also does this thing where he feels like he's allowed to take up to 80% of the bed. I don't know why you feel like that, but he gets 80 and I get like a little 20 and that's it. Actually, I get like 10 because 80
OJ.
is you, OJ is 10, and then I get the other 10% of the bed.
Okay. You're a math teacher, right? You know, circumferences, surface areas, right?
Circumference?
Whatever, surface area. Okay.
That is a rectangle.
That is a rectangle. The circumference of a rectangle
Sounds like
is
you haven't picked up on it.
perfect. Okay. So I'm 6 feet wide, okay? She's 3 feet wide.
6 feet wide?
I'm 6 feet wide. She's 3 feet wide, okay? And the bed is only 4 feet wide. I'm gonna take up the whole bed regardless. It's not like I'm choosing to take up. I'm not puffing up to take 80%.
Yes, he is.
Yes, you are.
I naturally.
Yes, you are.
Listen, we're not blaming you. You probably don't know, but we're
Also,
just sharing
if you
facts.
put your hands out, it's the same as your height.
Your wingspan?
Your wingspan is the same as your height. You know that?
I didn't know that.
Yeah. Measure it from finger to finger. That's how tall you are.
Okay, so a bed.
Yeah.
It's true,
You ever seen
yeah.
that Da Vinci thing where
All
it's
right,
like the guy in that
all right,
perfect
math
circle
teacher.
thing?
You want to bring in math?
It
to
actually
this?
is. Like your arm span.
We agree on something.
Okay. No, so you want to bring in math into this? So how tall are you, Staub?
Well, I'll tell you how tall I am.
What's with that?
Because that's what you just said.
Are you making fun of my accent?
Absolutely not. So I'm 6'1".
Okay, 6'1".
On a good day.
Lauren, how tall are you?
5'4".
5'4". Okay, 6'1". What percentage of the total of 6'1" and 5'4" are each of you? We need to do the math. Because that should be the percentage of bed that you deserve. And I bet you are not 80% of that height.
You're right. I'm 90.
It sounds like 6'5" and 5'4". You have a little bit more. 6'1". 6'1". Sorry. So yeah, Kirk is taller. Don't worry. I have the taller boyfriend.
Ooh.
It's okay. Yeah. Choke on something. See what happens then. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. You're choking. Who's the tallest in the room? He can help. He can help. Right. And he'll salsa dance right on over to you and not know what the fuck and panic.
So 6'1" is maybe what, 60% of the total height of you guys? A little over half?
Not 80.
If I absorbed
it's not
you would
80%.
have.
Not 80. You just hit me in the face with your mic.
Anyway.
When'd you guys get here?
Okay, so he takes up 80% of the bed, and you've had to sleep on the floor for the past year.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can.
Yeah.
That's real hard. So I know with Kirk,
Sacrifices, right?
the sacrifices that we make
What sacrifices have you made
for love.
You
Yeah.
know, sacrifices, so many sacrifices, okay? I done give up so much free time knowing time ain't
done up
free,
give up.
okay? No, it's a Drake song.
I done up give up.
I done give up so much free time knowing time ain't free.
What the fuck are you saying?
One more drink. One more drink.
One more.
All right, so we're talking. Okay, so this is the circumference of the rectangles. Okay, 80%.
Circumference is a circle, Alex. The bed's not made of a circle.
You're dating a math teacher.
That's why I am. Okay, she can answer all the math
But
questions.
you haven't learned anything.
Yeah, well, she can't spell, and I can spell, but she hasn't
That
learned
is
anything
very
either.
true. I can't spell anything.
And I don't know
You
my
can
times
go through
tables.
life misspelling. You can't go through life.
Thinking circumference is a part of a
defining-
rectangle.
Yeah.
What?
You can't misdefine a shape.
I've made it pretty far and done pretty well
Yeah, it's a
without
goddamn
being like,
miracle.
wait, that's circumference.
Stop. You shock us every day with how far you've made it in this life. So I don't know if you want to go there.
Well, again, at least I am
Circumference.
willing to fight for saving a life.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah, anyways, what about me?
Now it's time to roast my man. Okay, so with the snoring, like, okay, so how can you imitate what his snore sounds like? Okay, so
Oh my! Did you practice that?
Why, was it good?
Yeah.
okay, because
I talk too.
So we're gonna get there. Don't worry. So Kirk's
Why
snoring
is the sky
so-
blueberries ocean blue? Why? OJ is a dolphin in the deep blue desert. I'm like, what? This doesn't make any fucking sense.
I'm trying to figure out the circumference.
Right.
I'm doing math problems in my head. That's what I'm doing.
What is the circumference of a rectangle, triangle, circle?
So Kirk, when he snores, it sounds like he's dying. It sounds like like
he's drowning?
Like he's
Sounds
drowning.
like he's drowning.
He's having PTSD trauma dreams about you choking. That's what it sounds like.
No, but let me tell you, I recorded myself a few weeks ago.
Why would you do that?
Because I told him to.
Because there's apps for healthy people who are like,
I'm too scared to do that.
No.
I'm too scared.
Let me tell you, well, I did it months ago, and I was like, I pulled up my phone and I was like, there are 17 tracks that are like anywhere between 30 seconds to 10 minutes long.
10 minutes?
Like, it's like a huge amount, but there was one
Are
that...
you breathing in those 10 minutes?
Who the fuck?
Are you
These
struggling
bags
for
under my
air for
eyes
10
are
minutes?
not designer, let me tell you.
No, well, let me tell you. That's a really good joke. That was really good. But I recorded myself a few fucking weeks ago, and I listened to it, and I sounded like motherfucking Darth Vader, dude. It was like...
So we're missing a part of the story though, because Kirk is a mouth breather. And that's a huge part of it because he
Lauren's a mouth
This
breather.
isn't a podcast about
This isn't a podcast about you, Staub.
Lauren's a mouth breather.
Oh, thank you.
Because I can't breathe through my nose at night. Okay?
So Kirk had a deviated septum of some sort. No, you had your adenoids taken out or
My
something.
tonsils and adenoids removed, but for 21 years of my life, I really couldn't breathe out of my nose.
So he's been trained.
I feel you, Kirk. I feel you.
No, so he's been trained to sleep, like to breathe through his mouth, and he hasn't. Now he's had all that shit removed, but he still breathes through his mouth. So that's why it sounds like Darth Vader. And
Alex says
Darth Vader's kind of dead.
yeah.
Alex says that I speak parcel tongue in my sleep. Ready, Alex? Go.
She does. She speaks. She does. She speaks parcel. She's a mouth breather, and she'll go. And I'm like, one night, I woke up early one day, and she's sitting there, and she was like, and she wakes up and she goes, "Good morning." I was like, "What were you trying to open the Chamber of Secrets last night?" I was like, okay. All right. Yeah, she speaks parcel tongue. That's what I... So every time she gets mad at me, I send her there's a Harry Potter gift where he's like, I didn't know I could speak parcel tongue. And every time she texts me something angry, I'm just like, I just send her that gif, and then I don't hear anything for like a couple hours. It's great.
That's nice.
Yeah.
So so Kirk, I think you guys must be in the Slytherin house together.
That was good.
You know, for someone who seemed the most nervous, you've actually been crushing it right now.
You know, I've been told many times that I should do stand-up, and I've never actually
All
tried
right,
it.
let's slow down a second.
I know, I can't steal your thunder.
No, you were but I think you were hustling us because you were like, I get so nervous, and now you're zinging these one-liners that are crushing it.
Once you get comfortable, and I have had 2 shots today, so that's another part of it. But I guess I should say thank you. I can't take a compliment. Thank you, Alex. I appreciate that.
Words of affirmation.
I'm so bad at taking a compliment. So with the snoring, though, also comes the sleep talking. And Kirk, so on top of the snoring, he does love to snuggle. My man loves to snuggle. And so the snoring and the sleep talking is right here. And I'm a pretty heavy sleeper. I don't wake up from a lot. But when you have a fucking, like, man in your ear, like that, you're just like, what the fuck is going on right now? So
Trying to open the Chamber of Secrets.
okay, okay, but it's not here. So go open it somewhere else.
Not here.
I'm not that weird 3-legged dog you need to get through, okay?
It's the three-headed
Moaning
dog.
Myrtle? Are you moaning
Three-headed dog.
Myrtle?
Sorry, not 3-legged dog. 3-legged dog would have been much more adorable than 3 heads.
That's like the bootleg Harry Potter.
Yeah. So there's the sleep talking that Kirk does. It's not really he doesn't say words much. It's kind of just like oh what, it's kind of mumbles.
Oh, moaning Myrtle.
No doubt she probably heard me once be like, Botticelli's.
Botticelli. Yeah. Jose, can we get Harry Potter trying to open the Chamber of Secrets?
So, on top of the horrible night's sleep that I get, there's also the way that I get woken up in the morning, which is this really, we're going there. I see your face. Kirk does this really weird thing in the morning. The way he stretches, it's like a newborn baby. And he's 6'2", everyone, okay? Like, let's just put that out there, that he takes up a majority of the bed. And this man...
Would you say like 80% or?
Of the circumference.
Well, we got to figure out the
bed,
circumference of Kirk, actually.
So Kirk does this weird, like a stretch, like a baby, that just like emerging in the world. That it's like embarrassing to watch a man stretch like this.
What are you talking about? My legs go straight up.
Yeah.
Wait, can we see this?
Goes like this.
You grab your knees and you kind of like rock back and forth.
No.
He grabs his knees. Okay, no one can see this right now.
No, wait. Do that again. I'll get Jose to cut to it.
Okay, I'll do it over here.
No, you do one leg. You don't. Yeah. No, you need to bend the leg. That's not how you do it.
What are you talking about?
I would rather you wake up
like this.
That's not
Oh, wait, do it again. I'm going to do it sideways.
What are you
here.
doing?
Okay, ready,
What
go.
do you mean? What do I do?
You're like,
Okay, go.
you're
I'm
like
doing
this.
it sideways.
With your leg up like that.
Like
yeah.
this?
Yeah.
Okay.
Nice.
It's weird. Just trust me on it.
Yeah.
So he does this weird stretch and in the mornings, and it is, you wake up just, what's the opposite of horny? Just not at all.
Flaccid?
I'm flaccid. I'm shriveled up. My lady boner is gone in the mornings when you see him stretch. So something to get used to with Kirk.
How you doing over there, bud?
Great.
Makes-
You're getting slammed more than
It
me.
makes sense that you do like the newborn baby thing because he dies in his sleep every night.
That's true. I have to burp him. Oh, and don't get me started on his
And he wakes up and he's
farts.
like,
Yeah, and his farts in the morning, he just has no shame. Farts on me, away from me, in me, like all over.
I don't think Lauren and I.
1,000%.
Lauren and I have we're still have yet to share like an open fart with each other.
Bypassed the fart?
Never farted
What?
with each other?
No
wonder you're all so fucking uptight about one another. Fucking farting in front of one another right now.
No.
Right now.
No, we do, but it's like.
And then you don't talk about it?
Oh my god.
So I've heard Lauren fart twice. Okay. The first one.
Not about me, Alex.
Yeah, this is good. The first one was I made her laugh so hard, and she was like, and I thought of that scene from The Master of Disguise. That guy that was like, every time he laughed, he farted. Yeah. It was great. And she was so embarrassed. So, and the second time, she like comes into the bedroom, and I think she thought that there was like music playing, or it wasn't gonna be as loud as it was. And we made eye contact directly, and she looked at me, and then I heard. It was exactly that noise. It was a question. It was a question mark. And she was like, and we both were like, oh. Even the fart was like, it was a question mark. It was a question.
I was like, is it okay if I'm here?
It was great.
This was about you, not me.
Let me tell you, I'll bring it back to reality of the stuff we're talking about. For me, and everybody who's watching and listening, you can steal this whenever I do. Whenever you do it, when I fart, what I do, and I have my dad to thank, I will fart no matter what. No matter how big the fart is. I'm like, what the God, I must have stepped on a barking spider. And let me tell you, gets her every time.
It literally makes me crack up. I don't know why, but the fact that he calls his farts barking spiders.
My little brother uses that same terminology.
No fucking way!
Yeah.
Zach, can't wait to golf with you.
Barking spiders.
Yeah, but you have to react like, what the fuck? They must be in your closet.
So before we move on, because we gotta get to an ad break right after.
Oh yeah.
But I just have one last story about the farting, which is on Kirk and I's third date, which was at my apartment. I had to make him fart because I made us spaghetti carbonara. And this man, let me tell you, has a dairy issue.
Oh.
I learned this from dating her that I need some lactate.
My man is lactose intolerant. And his stomach, we were like on the couch, talking, flirting, whatever. And his stomach kept like being like, yeah, gurgling. And I'm just like, are you okay? Like, do you need to like poop? Like, do you need to fart? Like, it's all right. Like, you just seem so uncomfortable. And he was so like, we had just started dating. He was so embarrassed. And so I told him, I was like, all right, look, I'm going to go wash the dishes. I'm going to turn on the faucet. I'm going to play some music. Go to the bathroom. Just, see what happens. And that's how I got him to fart in front of me for the first time. It was really great.
What did it sound like, though?
And let me tell you.
Let me hear it.
It was a symphony in the bathroom.
Let me tell you. The rest of that night is history. Thank you, Spaghetti Carbonara, brought to you by
Botticelli's. Speaking of Botticelli's, I think we got to take an ad break.
Yes.
So we're going to pass it over to our men to top you off.
Alrighty.
Hey, Kirk.
Hey, Staub.
You know what sucks?
No, what?
When I...
I couldn't agree more, Staub. But you know what doesn't suck?
What?
Botticelli Foods!
Oh,
You know what?
Makes sense to me.
Yeah, I'm tired of
Uh-huh.
dislocating my jaw and having it
Yeah.
drop to the floor as I
Yeah.
see my friend's significant other about to die.
Yeah.
I'm also tired of buying expensive, low-quality foods. I
Yeah.
deserve nice things. I deserve quality.
Yeah.
Something preferably that could get through, a Darth Vader mask.
Right. And Botticelli's, okay,
Huh?
has nothing to do with Darth Vader masks, but
Yes.
they're family owned
Mm.
and operated with 4 generations in the food industry. And they survived that long because they know how to do the Heimlich. And they're people of action. You know what I mean? And they've known to carry on the bloodline. You know what I mean?
I'm sure they
Hence
know
the
how to
4 generations.
Yeah, and I'm sure they know how to tie their shoes too.
No, but they also know how to bring an experience, okay? You only need to tie your shoes once, okay?
What?
Right, but
Yeah.
they bring an experience to your table with a taste that transports you to the heart of Italy.
Ooh.
Or the emergency room if you're eating with Kirk.
Oh, yeah. Oh, go to BotticelliFoods.com
Yeah.
and use the promo code Doozy. That's DOOZY at checkout. You can get 10% off all Botticelli food products that I will not be present while you eat.
Right. And we're talking pasta. You can eat pasta.
Yum, I hope you
can,
enjoy.
You can eat sauce.
Yum, that
You
sounds
could, you could
delicious.
just eat the sauce by itself, or you could put the sauce on the pasta. You could olive oil. They have olive oil. You could put all three of those together. You could just have the olive oil by itself. I don't recommend it, but they also have balsamics. You know, you could put all four of those things together, or you could just drink the balsamic too, and many more flavorful products.
Guys, the Botticelli foods are extraordinary and outstanding, just like the circumference of 6-foot Snorers of Doozy. Ah, yeah, baby.
Yeah.
Well, that concludes our ad break.
Yeah.
Let's
Yeah.
Whoa! Whoa! What the fuck?
Excuse you.
We were just
Ow!
Hey,
All right. Hey, we're back, everybody.
Okay, Jose.
Yeah. Clap for Jose.
Claps for Jose. Okay, moving on to tip number 3 of how to date the men of Doozy. Dating the men of Doozy, Lauren, and feel free to disagree, but I don't think we will. It's like taking care of a small child.
Without a doubt.
Like,
doubt.
Truly is like taking care of a small child. They need to be
Man-child. over there.
man-child. Yeah. You got to cover up the pee stream and all.
What? You know.
Please learn how to aim, please.
Yeah.
Please.
Wait, you do know, funny fact, everybody who's listening, before we decided on the name of Men of Doozy, this was going to be named the Man-Child Podcast.
Yeah.
No
And
joke.
No way.
Yeah.
We were brainstorming and they were like, no. We looked up.
Yeah.
Like that.
Also, get your facts straight, because I sit when I pee.
This is a true fact, actually.
We didn't need to coax that out of him. He gave up that information voluntarily, everybody. I'm just putting that out there. So thank you for that anecdote.
Yeah, and we also put our pee out there, too. Everywhere. All over the place.
But on bum. Anyway. So, Lauren, taking care of a small child, what do you got to do? You got to feed them. And let me tell you, Kirk does not know how to cook. And he loves to eat his crap. And so it is my duty to make sure that he gets something outside of the beige spectrum inside of his body.
Outside of the beige.
The beige color spectrum inside of him.
So Alex cooks one meal, and it is chicken stir fry.
At least
And it's
there's
not
veggies
really-
in that.
Yeah, but like usually in stir fry, like the vegetables are like kind of on the softer side.
Yeah, like
These are just
mushrooms,
like
like,
raw,
you
like
know?
right out of the bag. Like they're still crunchy, and I'm just like,
Baby corn. Like,
yes, yeah. Baby
All-
carrots, everything is just like crunchy. I'm like, did you even
Ew.
cook this?
Yeah, gross. Learn how to cook. God.
Yeah, learn how to cook.
You too. Kirk
Ew.
has still yet to cook for me. I've been dying to have him cook since like the date where I gave him food poisoning, basically. I'm just like, can you please cook for me? It's been almost a year and he still hasn't. And so this is me calling him out because he asked for it. He hasn't done it.
Show
yet.
up or shut up.
Yeah.
The perfect occasion will come. We're coming up on an anniversary, so that's pretty exciting.
There was.
We'll see what happens.
I will say during our Botticelli's announcement video, I cooked pasta for Kirk.
Oh my God!
Al dente.
And it was out cardboard. You
Al
ass.
dente.
Sorry, wait.
Al dente. Al dente.
Cardboard.
Al dente. Al
Is your pasta
dente.
like a sexy Spanish man? Al dente?
Al dente. That's who he. That's his alter ego on the dance
Al
floor.
dente.
Al dente.
Yes.
I'm gonna call you on the dance floor now. Al
I
dente.
love that. We're taking that.
Al dente nutter butter.
Yeah.
Alex is very lucky that I know how to cook because he'd be starving without me.
I feel the same.
He's very lucky to have me for many reasons. So
Yeah. One meaning food.
one is food. And so the other thing about a man-child is, I don't know, Lauren, how has Alex's wardrobe improved since you've started dating? Besides the shoes, which
I
we
was
know
gonna
are so
say,
sensitive
he's-
That's what
topics.
he's wearing right now.
He still wears those terrible shoes that he does not know how to tie. But other than that, yeah, I have to like buy him shirts that I like because the shirts that he likes all look the same.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it's a very interesting choice, but
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have any fashion sense.
Dude, me either.
I have Lauren and my mom buy me clothes, and
Let
I'm
me
just
tell you,
because they know
unfortunately,
what
me
to
too.
do. I'm like, get me a shirt, and they're like, here you go. I'm like, okay, so if my style is shitty, you guys, you bought me these pants, so
Dude, that's so fucking crazy. Your
my
mom
bought
and
me
Lauren buy
my
me
mom
clothes
bought me the
too.
shoes. Yeah, your mom's bought me clothes,
No, your mom and Lauren buy me clothes too.
right?
No, I will say though, my fashion sense when it comes to just shirts, I'll never forget the time she took me shopping. I got like stuff that actually fit me and I look good in. And we've gone thrifting before, and I bought like really incredible like jackets and shit.
No,
Kirk, I
wait. By himself. No, this is good. By himself, Kirk shops at Bed Bath & Beyond.
Kirk, I heard
rip
you
this
actually. Well, because you steal everything from me.
Well, so with Kirk, he was wearing shirts that were 2 sizes too small. And look, so Kirk,
Wait.
I love Kirk. I love his body. I think he looks great and he's beautiful and amazing. But he was smaller a year ago or 2 years ago, and I think even then you were buying the wrong size because as a man who's 6'2", you're not a large unless you're malnourished. So I think even then he was buying the wrong size shirts. And so we took him shopping. It was like a couple months into dating. And I took him to Nordstrom Rack and we put him in an extra large, an extra, extra large. And boom, you didn't see every little nook and cranny of his body.
Were you wearing like crop tops?
Yes, I love a good crop top, honey. And let me tell you, it took me. It was a long road, but the extra and extra large is just extra loving.
Yeah, when we first started the podcast, he would wear these outfits that
Oh, they're long gone.
they
Don't
were
you worry.
so
They were bad.
tight.
They were bad.
They were so tight they would just rip at the seams. And I was like, guy,
Listen,
you
this
okay?
podcast is to help to live, laugh, and learn, and all this different stuff. And I understand. I need an XL up here, and I need an XXXXXL in the bottom.
Yeah.
My man has a booty.
You do.
Fact.
You need those stretchy pants.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He needs maternity pants.
Oh my god!
But not paternity pants.
Oh, maternity. I
They said paternity pants. Yes, Oh my god, I'm mixing up my.
Wait, stop. What would paternity pants look like? What do you think?
It has a gas flap, that's for sure.
Gas flap. You guys ever
Super shooter.
you guys ever
An
farted
exhaust
and
pipe at the in the back.
what are you doing to this thing? So
You keep moving it. Yeah, you keep moving it.
I'm just so excited to have you guys on the podcast. I mean, we're on the podcast. You guys ever do that like fart where like it kind of bubbles up?
Into our vaginas?
No, what?
Yes. I know exactly
Yeah.
what you're talking about.
Yeah.
What is it called? There's like a technical term. It's not
I have no idea what the term is called.
when
but
you
I know.
Queef?
fart out-
Reverse
Yeah,
queef.
queefing.
No, it's a queef.
A
because
queef.
if
Well, that's when you
out
fart
of your vagina,
outside,
yeah.
out of the vagina. But when you fart from your butt and it like bubbles up, you
and
know?
then out of your vagina.
Yeah.
Has that ever happened to you, Alex?
Yeah, no. So I've had farts where like it bubbles and then it will come up and it will take like the elastic on the underwear and like snap it. That ever happen to you?
Are you sure there was a fart and not like a creature that you just? Yeah.
It makes like a noise. It makes like a pop noise when it pops out.
Oh, because your pants are so tight that it's like an air bubble.
Yeah, it comes out and it's like help. Anyways, yeah.
Anyways,
Fart goes up in the vagina.
like we said,
And then
small
out.
taking care of small children.
And then you fart out of the vagina. Okay,
Yep.
sorry. This is about Okay, great.
Is
Yeah.
it? Because you keep stealing my mic.
What's the circumference of?
Okay, so small children.
Yeah, small
yes.
child. So you have to feed them. You have to clothe them. Also, maybe do your laundry. Figure out where all your clothes go.
Yeah, you.
Lauren, I need these pants washed and dried by 5 a.m. tomorrow before I go to work. And then you tell me at 9 p.m. at night.
And on the
So-
snappy, honey, get to it.
Yeah, literally. It's like, hey, Lauren, I need these pants done for tomorrow. I'm like, okay. And he goes, yeah, washed, dry, folded, everything.
Yeah.
I also leave at 5
I think he's unaware that we're back in like the 21st
Never
century.
done that before, or said that.
The other day.
No, I didn't.
I think this was an episode, Lauren, when you were trying to open the Chamber of Secrets.
I've never been like, where's my pants? Make it snappy.
When was the last time you did your own laundry?
I don't do it. You do it for me.
Exactly.
He's like, what's laundry? My clothes just come clean.
Dry, fold, put away.
Yeah, that it just magically happens, right?
And this is why you were like, Lauren, wear those black boots.
Okay, great. So she's doing this now, but every single time I'm like, okay, she brings that up. I'm like, okay, I'll do the laundry. I don't care. And she's like, no, I'll do it because I don't want you to fuck anything up. And I'm like, okay, fine, then you do the laundry. So then she does the laundry, and then she'll be like, oh my god, why aren't you doing the laundry? I'm like, I will do the laundry, and she's like, no, it's okay, I'll do it. And it's just a cycle. So I'll do the fucking laundry. But your shoes and your shirts.
I'm so glad
I don't trust
that a
Sound effect that I
positive
don't do it.
thing
She
can
doesn't
come
let
out
me
of
do
this. I'm so glad that we're learning more and
Learning more about each other. I mean, maybe.
Yes.
So I know.
Would you trust Kirk to
No.
do all of your laundry?
I don't need you to even finish that sentence. The answer is no.
trust myself with that.
Exactly. So I feel like
I didn't know how to turn the washing machine.
He's interrupting. This is my podcast. Oh my God, podcast for today. What is podcast? I sound like I'm from the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
A bad cast.
I would love to visit that place if that's how people talk.
The bad cat.
The bad cast.
Podcast about beards.
Got it.
So no, I would not trust Kirk to do. No, I would not trust him to do the laundry because he'd put a sock in with the whites and everything would turn gray. And
there's just some like shirts and pants you just cannot put in the dryer.
he
I
would
do
put like
not,
my delicates on hot on a vicious cycle.
We said that, right? He's just trying to find the color beige.
So laundry, what else? Should we talk about it?
Yes, I say we go for it.
Okay, so on top of the laundry, taking care of a small child, you gotta like groom,
Normal like
bathe,
habits
and all
of
that.
just keeping up with
You
yourself.
give them tips, like let them know that their nose hairs are like
Hanging
an inch out of their nose, and like ear hairs that you gotta pluck. And
talking about me?
We're talking about
I'm not
both of
talking
you.
about Lauren.
Both of you. So sometimes I notice we'll be sitting on the couch and Alex's feet are like hanging out of like the blanket and they're just like claws. They're like claws hanging out.
Oh.
And I'm like, Alex, you kind of need to
Yeah, you
clip your
gotta-
toenails a little bit.
tame the forest.
Yeah.
You stud of an eagle. You eagly
They're
stud.
like claws.
That's why I have an eagle on my my desktop.
And so
I have talons.
But one thing that we want on record here, as we've been saying to them in private, but we need to make this public, is just some like waxing appointments that they need. Like
Yes.
they really need to do that. And it keeps saying, yeah, sure, we'll do whatever you need. Has it happened?
I keep saying that I would go to CVS and buy one of those waxing kits and wax Alex's back for free, no charge. Let's do it.
Stop.
Yeah,
Stop.
get to wax in my bag too.
Stop. Do you want to?
Yeah,
Go
Jose.
get a wax together.
Jose, every time they say this is for the public, cut that out. Thank you. Just cut that out. You want to do a wax session together?
Yeah. I'll wax you. You wax me.
Wax on, wax off.
Bikini wax?
Yeah.
But for real though,
Okay. If this video gets 1,000 views, they're getting waxes. So
Live.
like and share with your friends, everybody.
Yes.
Like and share.
Live waxes for the both of them.
Yeah, 1,000 views.
Oh, Kelly Clarkson.
All right, moving on to the next tip. Lauren?
Tip number 2. Tip number 2, positive reinforcement. So sometimes it's very easy to point out what your partner is not doing,
Yes.
like waxing, like clipping his toenails, all those other things. But
Eating outside of the color beige.
exactly. Not owning a winter coat, right? Didn't you not own a winter coat?
That's
the
true.
Other day?
You attacking me?
Yeah.
Nobody's safe here today.
Because
Nobody.
it's weird. It's weird that up until a week ago, you went 30 years without having a winter coat while living in New York. He had
I'm a radiator.
He had a pea coat.
You
that
are
was
always
missing
sweating
a
at all
button,
times.
and he was like, "What? It still works. It's broken. You need a coat."
He could walk through the snow in a tank top and still be sweating. In the snow, yeah.
He did have to take his jacket off on parts of the commute on the way here today.
Yeah.
He did get overheated a bit.
That is insane. It was like a blizzard.
It was
out
a
this
blizzard,
morning.
and he was like, "I'm hot. I need a moment," and then he'd get cold, and then he'd have to put everything back on. But yeah, that
I'd be
happens.
like, oh, my ears are frozen. Should probably put on the. Anyway.
Okay, so anyway,
All right,
positive
so
reinforcement.
Number 2, positive reinforcement. Like we said, it's very easy that you can point out the things that you guys don't do. But at times, you have to take a step back and think about the things that you do and acknowledge it. Do. I said do.
No. It's
More
like
drink.
No.
More drink.
No, Lauren, it's more like.
True. So sometimes I give you a hard time about not taking out the garbage, not doing this, not doing that, not doing your own laundry. But it's not about calling out the things that you don't do. Sometimes you have to acknowledge the things that you do. So when I do, I said do again.
Do.
So
Jose's got just a bunch of shit on the green screen.
So I give you a hard time when you don't take out the garbage. But every time you do, I'm always like, thank you so much for taking out the garbage. I really appreciate it. All this and all that. So I feel like you need the positive reinforcement.
Yeah,
as
because
well.
they are thoughtful. As much as we're shitting on
Yes,
them, they can be very
They
thoughtful.
are great guys.
And with Kirk, because I need to read, and you're like changing the screen,
this is still being recorded.
Yeah.
making sure it's still being recorded, but I'm about to talk.
Okay.
So positive. Great job, sweetie.
We just need 4 mics. That's
You're doing a great job,
Yeah.
Kirk.
So positive reinforcement, like with Kirk, he knows. Kirk knows I'm a bit of a neat freak. I like things a
Yes.
certain way in my room, and I like my bed made in a certain way. And I know you guys were just talking about love languages, and one of my love language was acts of service. So he knows that, and so when he makes the bed without me having to ask, and when he washes dishes after I cook, because I cook, he cleans. That's the rule in our household. It's a good way to let them know that we do still love them, even though we've been crapping all over them today.
No, it's just out of love.
It is out of love.
But we have the same thing. We have like whoever is the last one out makes the bed.
Yeah.
And
That's a good rule. We should implement that.
it
It's
is.
usually
Whoever's the last one out, even though sometimes OJ is the last one out.
right. And there are times, yeah, sometimes OJ will be the last one out. Yeah, we do that. Or there have been times when like I'll clearly be the last one out, and I'll be like, "Oh, come give me a hug," and like she'll come and she'll hug me, and then I'll like flip over and leave her on the bed and jump out and be like, "You're the last one out," and then she does it. So
I do.
Yeah.
I'll still do it.
But during the week, like when we're both working, if like I'm the first one to leave for work, Alex is the last one out, he makes the bed. Or if like he leaves for work first and I'm the last one out, like I make the bed, like no questions asked. Like that's the rule. You got to do it.
Oh,
So,
that's a good rule. I like that.
I like it too.
Yeah, we're gonna start doing that.
last
yeah.
one out makes the bed.
That's true.
And then on the weekends, we're both like trying to like,
We're trying
we
to-
want to sleep in, but also we're like, I want to be the first one
Although
out.
it'll be like a You go. No, you go.
But here's the
Do
other.
you have to pee more?
But here's the other.
No, I have to pee. No.
Here's the.
We're just gonna end up peeing the bed.
And then we're just gonna start farting on each other.
You go. But here's the other rule too. Who's ever the first one out of bed has to make the coffee.
Yes.
Ooh, that's a well.
But I don't
You want to
drink
get out of bed
coffee.
first, you have to get coffee.
I don't drink the coffee.
What do you
I don't
drink?
coffee.
So, like, it depends. Like, all right, if you're the first one out, you make the coffee, but you don't have to make the bed.
Okay,
if
first
you're
one
the
out
first
needs to
one,
make
if-
breakfast.
Oh, I make breakfast because Alex can't cook, so I always.
Yeah, I guess do I really want him making breakfast?
I
Probably.
see what you're doing there. You're like, at least he'll make me breakfast. He'll get. At least I can get a trial run in and see how this is gonna go.
Yeah, so it's like you're either making the coffee or you're making the bed. So, like, depends on, like, what you want to do that morning.
Yeah.
So, like, today, I slept in. Alex woke up first. He made the cup of coffee. So I was like, all right, I'll make the bed. Compromise. Teamwork makes the dream work, baby.
So be supportive. All right. I think we're on our last tip, Lauren.
Yes, we are. Whoa.
Wow, what a journey it's been. Our
Yes.
final tip as the Women of Doozy today is be supportive. Our men are creatives, they're talents, and they work so hard at what they do that it's important to show support for their work, for their dreams.
Jose, every time we do a high five, can you do a high five on the green screen, like in a bigger way, too? You know what I'm saying? All right, continue. Go.
We're trying to give you a compliment.
Seriously. And
We're
you're
being
ruining
nice,
it.
and you interrupted.
To be supportive.
Be supportive, yes. So our two boys, they met because of Kirk's work, but they bond over their video games, right?
Yes. So we all know these two guys love the podcast, but deep down they even love
Video games, much more.
much more. It goes podcast, video games,
OJ.
and then OJ, and then it is Lauren and Becca.
And then it's Lauren.
push this out any further.
Okay. Well, like, stop hogging it.
I'm not hogging. I'm
Do
trying
you ever
to
think that maybe you're like pushing it in her face, and so she's just like, "What the fuck are you doing?"
Because she keeps going like this.
Because you keep going like
You
this to
keep,
her.
like, putting it in my face. Let me, like, live my life.
Yeah.
Cut this out, Jose.
Keep it in so, like, everybody can see, like,
Come
how
on.
he really is.
You see, we're supportive of them, but they're not that supportive of us
No.
and doing our thing.
We would die for you, and Kirk would let you die.
Kirk would let-
I am so lucky. I'm so lucky.
All right, so be supportive. The boys really bonded over video games. I know, like, Alex likes to have his alone time just as much as I do.
Mm-hmm.
So Alex plays video games. Usually, like, I kind of do my own thing at that point, but I do allow him to, like, have time with the boys. Here, go.
Yeah.
Video games.
They get tired. They get tiring sometimes if we're just dealing with them all the time. But
Sometimes I need the break. Like,
Yeah,
you go
sometimes
play
I need a
video
break,
games
too.
for, like, 3 hours.
and with this podcast too, I mean, just the fact that we showed up here today, I think just shows how supportive we are. And do you want to share the secret of the bartenders of the Men of Doozy? Psych, it's been us the whole time.
Yep. So just in case you were ever wondering who the bartenders were, hello.
Yeah, the support was not just today and us like agreeing to be here. We have been the backbone of this podcast
Yep.
the entire time.
Yep. Exactly. Exactly. How many episodes have we just sat on and just, like, watched for, like, hours?
Throwing drinks
the
at them.
background,
I
just,
know.
like,
What
watching.
the hell is going on? So yeah.
Yes, we support you guys, and no matter what you do, video games, podcasts, your shows. We went to go see your shows and all that. We're just we love you.
Behind every king, there's a queen. Right, Jester?
And behind every grilled steak, there's someone choking.
Yeah. There's a non-bite-sized piece being consumed by someone.
I would just like to elaborate that a little bit. When I was choking on the steak, Alex came up to me with like a bunch of string beans, right? He goes, "Would you like string beans?" And I'm going like this to show him that I'm not breathing. And he goes, "Oh, you don't want any string beans?" And I'm just like, "Oh, okay. Oh, okay. No string beans for you." And I'm just like,
you hated string beans.
like, I can't breathe. Like, I'm dying here. He goes, "All right, no string beans for you." And he just moves on to the next person. And I'm like,
And then he's like, "Oh, are you joking?"
"Oh, wait. You do want string beans, but you're choking." Okay, I get it.
Yeah, and then he sprung into action.
Yeah, so we never really finished the story, but anyways, she was choking. I'm dry humping. She's looking at Kirk, right? Meanwhile, Becca, who is a lifeguard and has experience,
I was about
she
to
was
come
sitting
in.
there. She was sitting there still eating, and she goes, "I don't really know this girl, right?"
Not true.
She's like, "I don't really know this girl."
I was about.
right?
I saw what you were doing wasn't because I was giving you room to like. I was like, okay, he's got it. Because right, the number one rule in an emergency is you need to like assign rules to do. Like you can't just say someone call 911. You need to be like you call 911 because everyone will have like the bystander effect and just freeze. So
Right.
I thought it was like, okay, he's got it. And then I saw nothing was happening. And I was about to go in. And that's when that woman on the other side of the deck, who happened to be a nurse, saw what was happening.
Yeah.
And she came over and I was like, oh, well then the nurse is
Yeah, you know, so I'm.
But my only
she
job
ca-
is not to die at that point.
Right. So she comes up. So I'm doing the Heimlich. I'm like, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. She's gonna die. This is fucking crazy. I was like, I'm just gonna keep doing it until something happens. I don't fucking know. I gotta punch her or what do I gotta? And this girl comes over. And goes, "Oh, you're doing great. Just go a little bit up, like under the ribs more." And I was like, "What the?" I pushed Lauren into the girl. I was like, "Fucking do something. This isn't a class." You're doing great. Just up under the ribs. Excuse me.
No, but remember the nurse was like stand in front of her because
Yeah.
she might pass out or throw
Yeah.
up and she needed you to like catch her vomit.
And I was like, "What the fuck?" And she pukes up some like meat juice thing, right?
She throws up on the pool
throws
deck.
up on the
no
pool
one cleans
deck.
it up, by the way.
Throws up. No one cleans it up.
We just
Oh my God,
we never cleaned it up. We
Never
were just
cleaned
like,
it up.
we'll
we
never
never
leave
cleaned
that.
that up.
No.
No.
Maybe I just hosed
Never
it.
cleaned it up, and she was just like, okay. She was like, "You know what? You had maybe like a 40% chance of living, and you did great."
You
I
made
was like,
it.
40%?
Against all odds, baby. Yeah.
Dude, I
I'd
think
be
she
doing
said
this episode
25.
with OJ and fucking
Dude, I swear to God, I remember her saying 25, dude.
yeah, like 25%.
25.
It was 25%.
It was a 1 in 4 chance of surviving when you choke and you get something in your windpipe.
Fuck.
Gosh, that really brought us together, didn't
You know-
it? Can we finish the podcast, please?
Shout out to her and shout out to Lauren for beating the odds here.
Yes. And I think that's a
And
great
making a first impression on
a
Becca.
great first
time I
impression.
ever met her, I almost died.
Bonded us for life.
Literally, the life was leaving her eyes, and Becca was still cutting her steak. And she was like, I don't know who this girl is. I don't
friend
really
anyway,
know. This
Yeah.
guy's not wearing laces. I don't know what is going on.
I think that's a really good spot to end. I think
Yes.
we've made it to the end.
Thanks.
So now you got to do the outro here.
Yes.
Can we finish?
Yes, please.
Lauren, we can never finish with these guys, right?
Oh. Keep that in, Jose, please.
No, with that one, just go emotional damage.
Emotional damage.
Thanks for watching the Women of Doozy podcast.
Comment, please, what your favorite tip was. And if you have any tips on how to date these men or anything that you want to know about how to date these men, please send us a comment. Send us whatever. Let us know.
Share it with friends. Maybe they want to date him instead of us at this point.
And if there's something else that you want to learn about these guys and what it's like being in a relationship with them and how to teach you how to be in a relationship with them while also wait, what?
Exactly. Makes sense to me. Makes sense to me.
Wait, if there's something that you want to learn about and have them teach you while they also learn about it, let them know.
This kind of makes sense a little bit.
See you next episode.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Hey, love you guys.